In 2007, Nokia reached a level of dominance that seems impossible by modern standards. 1 out of every 2 smartphones sold on the planet carried their logo. This wasn't an overnight success. Over a century, the company evolved from a pulp and paper mill into the world's most powerful telecommunications engine. Their reputation rested on hardware. Devices like the Nokia 3310 became cultural icons of durability. Reliable, indestructible tools, matching what the mass market demanded. Yet within 6 years, the company lost 90% of its market value. Their share of the smartphone world plummeted to just 3%. Their downfall originated internally. The same success that built the empire created a layer of complacency that blinded leadership to a shift they were uniquely positioned to lead. The first warning arrived in January 2007. Apple introduced the iPhone, a device that replaced physical buttons with a single, expansive touchscreen. Nokia's leadership viewed this new interface as a niche gimmick. They saw touchscreens as expensive, fragile, and ultimately inferior to the tactile keyboards their customers already used. They relied on a decade of data proving that people wanted durability and physical feedback. By the time they realized user preferences had shifted, their hardware focus had become an anchor. This deep expertise in what users used to want created the ultimate blind spot. They were so busy refining their past success that they couldn't see the future coming. In 2008, Google launched Android. By giving the software away for free, they provided Nokia's competitors with a modern, ready-made touchscreen operating system overnight. Nokia declined to join the Android wave. They chose to protect Symbian, the proprietary software that had historically generated billions in profit. But Symbian was a legacy system. Its aging architecture was too rigid to support the fluid, app-heavy ecosystems quickly becoming the new mobile standard. Internal engineers warned that Symbian was failing and pushed for a modern alternative called MeeGo. However, a rigid corporate culture made it nearly impossible for these warnings to change the company's direction. The proprietary software that built their fortune eventually became a cage, locking them out of the modern digital marketplace. By 2011, the crisis was undeniable. New CEO Stephen Elop issued a famous memo comparing Nokia to a man standing on a burning oil platform, forced to jump into freezing water to survive. His leap was a massive gamble, abandoning all internal software projects to partner exclusively with Microsoft's Windows Phone operating system. The resulting Lumia series featured some of the best hardware on the market. Reviewers loved the cameras and the unique tile-based interface. Even great hardware couldn't fix the app gap. Developers were focused on iOS and Android. They largely ignored Windows Phone, leaving Nokia users without the most popular applications. In a desperate attempt to stay relevant, they tied their legacy to a struggling software platform, ensuring both would eventually fade from the market together. The numbers tell a haunting story. In 6 years, the world's dominant phone manufacturer saw its market share evaporate, ending at 3%. Along this decline, we see 4 distinct catalysts: dismissing touchscreens, clinging to Symbian, the Microsoft gamble, and a stifling internal culture. The collapse was finalized in 2013, when Nokia sold its mobile division to Microsoft, effectively ending its run as a consumer phone brand. A team of brilliant strategists steered this decline, relying on a playbook that had worked flawlessly for over a decade. They followed their own proven logic right over a cliff. The greatest threat to a market leader isn't change itself. It is the belief that past success makes change unnecessary.